Hi
Hey
guys,
guys.
welcome to Real Black Love with Sims and
Yeah,
Bongs.
bro.
Yay. Thank you so much. If you are joining us for the very first time, thank you and welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for staying and being part of the RBL Squad. Please make sure that you follow us on Instagram. It's _Real Black Love, and also on Twitter, it's _Real Black Love.
Yes. So, guys, I'm sure you guys know that we want to get married very soon. I did indicate.
A couple of times, yes.
Yes. And so we had to have a conversation about the whole wedding, not necessarily marriage, but wedding. And so we had differences there.
And it was a very long conversation.
Yeah. And those differences are those that can make or break because we don't get each other, we just have different ideas, for how the wedding should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So, in order to resolve this, we want you guys to hear our sides of the story and decide and help us decide what is for us and what we should decide on, because we cannot reach a consensus.
yes.
Yeah. Without wasting any time, let's get straight into the video.
Cool.
Every relationship has its own core values that glue it together. Central to ours is love, family, and adventure. This is real black love.
So, guys, my position or my stance in this whole thing is quite simple. Let us have a small wedding where we invite let me not say important, where we invite family and close friends, right? Because the honest truth is that weddings are very expensive. I mean, before lockdown, we started looking at places, we started looking at venues and how they charge. And I was also very surprised because I thought we were going to get a round figure to say, okay, if you want a wedding, you're going to have to pay, let's say, 60K, and then we'll give you our hall or our venue and you can bring whatever number of people you want. And I was surprised to learn that no, that is not the case. If they're going to cook for you, they will say maybe 300 per person's meal. You understand? So you can just imagine, if you want like 150 people, you end up having to spend like 100 and something K or even 200K on that one day. I honestly feel like it's not a wise thing to do. I am not for it. I am for having my family. And even with my family, I'm for having family that we have a relationship with. People that I know that they wish me well, they have my best interest at heart, and I want them there. I feel like I should be able to say who I want at my wedding. And it's gonna like a blanket approach where it's like, no, friends and family and acquaintances and colleagues, like everybody has to be there. At the end of the day, these people are going to be part of your special day. These people are going to be on your pictures and on your videos. So if I'm inviting someone that I last spoke to when I was in grade 12, yes, they were my friends then and there's no bad blood, but no. Nah.
All right. Okay, that's fair. I think that's fair, but at the same time, we also have to take into consideration how we were brought up and how we are as black people generally. And what I think is fair and I agree with you on is the fact that you can't just obviously invite anybody, right? Or everybody. But I mean, your neighbors are important. They were there throughout your upbringing, assisting your mom, you know.
My upbringing, when I was like 5 years old, guys, come on.
You know, but those are people that matter. Those are people who, when there's something like lifu, you know, a funeral at home and whatever, those are the people who are going to come and support the family. Even though they are not family, but I think they're important in that regard because they are those people that you live among, you know, and who can be there whenever you need them. So why is it that when you are having a celebration, a great feast, you know, about or of your daughter, I'm now referring to, you know, your mom, of your daughter, that you now don't see as important enough, you know, to extend the invite to us?
No. Let me just add before you pass.
That's
because
fine.
I feel like, guys, during lockdown, in March, when there were restrictions, people had an understanding. When there was a funeral and the president was like, okay, only family needs to attend that funeral. And when it comes to neighbors and what, the number has to be limited to 50 or to 100, whatever the number is. How is it that people didn't catch feelings? You know, people understood that, okay, it's because there are limitations. So I'm saying in my case, limitations are financial limitations, for instance. So why is it when I say that I want 50 people at my wedding, why are people catching feelings and basing their importance on the fact that they are not part of the 50 people? You understand? So I feel like we should be understanding as people, especially in the economic climate that we live in. It's not personal.
Yeah, but I mean, let's go back to the point that you're making. 2020, right? When lockdown started. When lockdown started, we saw reductions in the number of people who can attend an event, right? But did it sit well with everybody? It didn't. And that is why we had cases where you'd find that people still go in great numbers to funerals. Because how is it that I'm gonna be okay with not being able to bury a friend, not being okay with being able to bury a you know, someone that I've always known? So I'm not saying it was not necessary, but what I'm saying is that it's that exclusion can cut deep, very deep. Now, fine, when it comes to weddings, it's like, okay, so what's the excuse, right? Especially if there's no COVID-19. People's mindset is like, they don't really focus on the budget. I mean, you could have done things in a way that, you know, we've always had weddings with 2,000 people
But
around.
that's wastage, though. I've always thought it's a waste.
No, but I think it can still be done in a way where we don't need to go to those exclusive venues where they charge a leg and an arm, you know?
So now
we can still get like a marquee. You guys, the nice thing is that you guys have an open space just in front of your house. So we could use that open space and pitch a very nice self-framed marquee, done nicely inside with whether it's that artificial grass or I don't know, like I'm not a designer, but I'm just saying, you know, that marquees can be done in such a way that when you go inside, it's like, damn, I can't even recognize that this is a tent. So if you have a marquee that can accommodate 500 people, that's cool. I mean, you probably saved maybe 30-40 grand on the venue.
But babe, to be honest with you, like you're saying that we are black people, right? Have you ever seen, guys, kokasi hunale like a marquee and accommodated, let's say 150 people, and hotel bone 150 people? There's no such thing in the locations or where I come from. People will come, they don't care, they will come, whether you've decorated it nicely. So now the wedding ends up not looking how I also want it to look as the bride, as the main person, because now I want to accommodate everybody and end up having this thing at home, at my home. I don't want to get married at my home, and that is why venues are important, because they fit the aesthetic, they look a certain way, and they accommodate a certain number that and okay, sorry. The last thing, not even the last thing, guys. You know, when there's a lot of people at your wedding, like when there's 200, it's very hard for you to even control movement, noise levels. So I don't want to deal with any of that. That is why I'd rather have a small, intimate wedding with people who honestly matter and who I know that I matter too.
So, I understand what you're saying. I think we can have contingencies, in place to make sure that we accommodate people who don't come per invite, but they just came because maybe they're familiar with you or your family. So, I mean, we've always had those. I remember when my parents got married. Yeah, I'm one of those kids. My parents got married, secondly, So we had about 3 tents. We had the main one, and we had the other one still for the for the guests that are important, but it's not really family, And then we had another one for random people, anyone who just came to the wedding. And I think it worked out well because, I mean, nobody said linting melinyalo, as they would say. They would say kokasi, So everybody came who could come, and I mean, a great celebration was had. And, food was enough, was galore for everybody, And I don't think, they spent, and the food was amazing, everything was proper.
No, but maybe they didn't. I think, guys, this thing has to do with the kind of person that you are. Maybe they didn't really care much about how it looks.
Aesthetics.
Yes, how it looks. And even the people who were there were just happy to be at the wedding, not really there because it's an event, they're dressing up like it's...
Wow.
No,
what
no,
did she say about my parents' wedding? Wow. Okay, Gadlal, I understand.
Guys, so me as the person who is like one of the main people, I feel like weddings are about putting families together, joining the families, and for me that is central. I am not going to, there's nothing that makes me happy about having a wedding of 300 people that the last time I'll see that person is the person who's saying they are supporting me or celebrating with me is on that day. I will never, or this person will never even pick up a phone to call me to check how you are, how are you guys as a couple and all of that. None of that. I'm going to see this person that time. I'm just going to pay for this person's food, and this person is not in any way going to contribute to us as a couple or the success of our marriage. You understand? So I feel like the intention of the people who are there also matters, and why you want them to be there. It shouldn't just be a thing, everyone is invited, or as long as you are going to celebrate with us, it's fine, you can come. I honestly feel like...
that's not what I'm saying, right? Not what I'm saying is that, let's say, going back to the idea of a marquee, we have a marquee. Everybody who's in there should be people who were invited by us. And obviously, we're not going to invite everybody. There are people that I know, but I'm not going to invite them, even if I meet them the day before the wedding or a month before the wedding or whatever. And that's because we don't share a relationship that is that significant for me to consider them, to be part of the guests. But I'm just saying, there are people in the community who you may not be necessarily close with, but maybe your parents are close with them, you know, or your family, not necessarily just your mom, but there are people who were there just around your family.
Not around me.
Yes, not around you.
No
Listen,
ways.
not around you,
No ways.
but around your family, who to your family are important, and they would want them to see, experience, and share that moment with them. It's not everybody in the community. It may be just 20 people on top. It may be just 20 people, and really making sure that 20 people are well accommodated and they have good food to eat just like everybody else. I don't think that is too much of an ask. All I'm saying is that
If a person's meal is 300,
no, that is why I was saying that if we do it go higher, the bill is not as tends to not be as high as those venues, you know, and we can do that without sacrificing the kind of food and the quality of food we want to eat. But we work in a way where things can be, for example, when you book at those venues, they usually buy their own food for your event.
yes.
So we can buy the food ourselves without really, sacrificing the quality of the food.
But
we could save. We could save by knowing that, okay, some place is cheaper than the other.
But
and
I don't
we're
want
not going to
to-
have some markups. And it shouldn't be our own task to do.
No,
we can task
babe.
it to someone or to the caterer to say, all right, caterer, what's your budget? This is the food that we want to, and what's the
But
budget?
that's the thing. That's how I feel like you are missing this whole thing. First of all, I want my wedding to look a certain way. I want a particular chef who yes, I'm gonna want a chef or even if it's not a chef, okay, chef, maybe the word chef is intimidating for you for whatever reason.
You can
Even
say
if
cook
it's
or
it's someone
caterer.
who has a catering company, I want a particular one who I know hore. If kere a 4-course meal, I battle fellow taking a stamp and what.
No, baby.
Let
But
me
that's-
finish, let me
yeah, but
finish.
no, the thing is, your finishing is wrong. It's like you are disregarding what
ways.
I've just said. You can still work with that person, but at your own space, not where maybe the venue, controls everything and says no. Like it. I mean, you can still get any caterer. You can still call chef in tea or
Ma,
whoever
I
you
want to
like.
get married at a venue and only a nice river stream.
Oh,
Guys, this is about how I want the wedding to look, the wedding celebration, my wedding celebration to look. And it's also about the fact that I don't want people who are there to feel like, what can I say? I'm sort of discriminating. Baba Mbaduti in my queue outside, my key outside, Baba Mbaduti inside, then these are the intimate people. I'm saying, let us even remove that whole segregation and whatever. Everyone Atang must receive that 5-star treatment that I want to give to my guests. Secondly, your point of family friends whom are not really my friends. How do you even determine if this person deserves to be there? I mean,
To
there's-
answer you
there's
quick, fast. Although you are the one who's getting married, the day is not necessarily about you alone. That is why we say.
fine.
That is why you said it's for
putting my family and your family together.
exactly.
Yes.
And there are people who are significant to my family who we would want to invite to the wedding. And there are people I believe that are significant to your family, whom your family may want to invite.
Yes, but I'm saying to you, when you open a door for that to happen, where do you draw the line? I mean, if
Draw the line by.
Can I finish?
by
Can I
just-
finish? Can I finish? I mean, if I have an aunt or let's say an uncle who I'm very close with, and my uncle says, no, Chana, Mamela, ke na le kgotmane ya ka so kgotmane ya ka ha ne o le mnyane ne re o isa sekolong re le two ne re meetsa. I don't know this hot man. The last time this hot man saw me was when I was still in primary. I don't have any relationship with this hot man. This hot man on a relationship with my uncles and my aunts. So give me a hot man. Like guys, like let's be no.
Babe, listen.
No.
It's not hot man. It's a grot man.
What? Yeah, not hot man.
Anyway,
no ways.
This is where you draw the line. You say, okay, listen, you go to the caterer, right? First of all, you deal with the aesthetic. Okay, this is how I want the wedding the wedding venue to look. I want the decor to be the chairs, the what, everything. Fine. Where do I find that? You go and find those deco people, right? Shop. Marquee, blah, blah, blah. You get those people. You get a caterer. You speak to her, the one that you want, or a chef in your case. Speak to them, tell them this is what I want. What are your suggestions for a menu? And get the numbers and say, all right, I'm thinking, number one, I'm not saying we should push the numbers so much. So if, in our family, or both our families, dinaleba to ba 40-40, right? But significant, excluding kids and whatever, right? We can say, all right, let us just extend 10 on my side, 10 on your side. So that anyone who may be maybe your mom's best friend or whoever.
No,
guys, no.
Your mom
you see, that's your no.
But that's what happens.
Let me finish. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people who are important to your family to the extent that when you say to them, listen, I'm giving you only 10 spots, all right? Only 10 chairs, kapa one table. Who are those people that you would invite? Obviously, your mom wouldn't just invite. Do
you know mothers?
No.
Do you know mothers?
But listen, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the line is drawn. Whether she invites that person, it's fine. She exhausted Kappa, the family exhausted the number of people that can be accommodated. And so that's where you draw the line with just that table of family friends. 10 people, that's it. My side of the family, 10 people, that's it. That's where you draw the line. If it's beyond that, I'm sorry, there's no space in the tent, in the marquee, in the venue, You can't come in. I am so sorry. That's it. Then the rest, in the other, venue, maybe it's the overflow tent or whatever. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you can still get the aesthetics. You can still get just those extra guests who are not maybe necessarily connected to you, but maybe to your family.
Then how about your pictures? You don't even know.
No. Come on, does the camera guy take a picture of everybody?
It happens.
No, usually table selling, tabatubal, significant.
Yeah, man, you're not going to stop people. Okay, it's time to take pictures with the bride. You're not going to stop people from coming to the stage.
No, you see, because you can think about that while we're recording this, you can think about it when you make arrangements with the photographer. To say, listen, we're not going to take pictures, and I don't know, it's the announcement, it's now time to take pictures with the bride and so on. If we want to keep our pictures to fit whatever aesthetic or whatever theme, whatever, we're only going to take those pictures at a certain time, exclusively, privately, without anyone who does not matter in this case knowing about it.
Guys, I'm saying anyone who doesn't matter must not even be there, so that okay, now we are going to take pictures. Let them not even be there, and everyone who really, really matters, who you would love to even look back at the pictures to say, oh yeah, those people are the ones who should be part of the wedding. Secondly, guys, this point for me summarizes my stance, is that the smaller the wedding, the better for the couple financially, because I don't want to be in a situation where I'm taking out about 200,000, even though I do have that 200,000 as money saved up for certain things, maybe that we want to purchase or that we want to, whatever, if it's a business or it's a house, it's a car, we have that money. I would rather have us spending some of the money on the wedding and saving that money than having to either borrow money because whatever that you had was not enough for the demands that arose as a result of you having a large number of people go your wedding. So the smaller the wedding, the better. And the better it is to manage and nicer it looks.
But okay,
you know what? It is what it is.
You know what? I don't think 20 people could break the bank. I don't think just having a decent
so what's a
meal-
decent number? Sorry.
No, I'm talking. No, the number.
Yes, like
It's-
overall for you, like in
No, because now I come from a big family.
no family. Yeah.
Yeah, I come from a big family. Kontlo nje, my siblings and my mom, A5. Or this is, and then
Small.
yes, but I mean in today's situation, that's a big number of people for a small one unit. Now, when you check, I have how many uncles? I have about 9 uncles, maternal side, and I now have only one left on my paternal side.
Yeah.
So that's 10, right? They are married. They have wives.
Kids.
Plus, I have cousins who I grew up with. And there's probably about 13, 14 of us. So if I have 10 uncles with their wives, that's 20. 13, 14 cousins. Some are even now married.
Okay. Yes.
Or this is,
yes.
So basically, when I'm looking at maybe, let's say 8 of them, but let's say 6 of them are married. That's now double. It's now 12. Plus the rest.
Yes.
So when you look at that, you can get a sense of, okay, so Bongani alone with his family, they are now just close to 40 something.
Yes.
Right.
Doesn't that, because of that, I won't say it's a disadvantage or whatever, but because you come from a big family, already you know your situation, already you know that I come from a big family. So isn't it better for you to limit the extras, to say, I want to accommodate all of my family, and those who are married, I want them to bring their spouses and whatever?
All right. I get you. I want to ask. The consideration would be for what? To mitigate what?
To mitigate having a lot of other people outside your family.
What's the problem? Is the problem having too many people, or is the problem spending too much money?
Or like too much, all of it.
No, because sometimes you could have a lot of people without really spending a lot of money, and sometimes you could spend a lot of money without really having a lot of people around. It depends on
How you want your wedding to
no.
look.
It depends on the costs that you are faced with, based on how you want your wedding to be. So I'm asking now, in this case, what are you?
I'm getting now who's asking you.
No,
When are you saying?
no, I'm saying, I get you're asking me.
Yes.
And I get your question.
Yes.
But I'm also asking you, Hore, are you asking that considering costs
Yes.
or considering number?
Costs. I can
Okay.
cost and number
so
are
everything-
related.
Yes. So
Yes.
everything in relation to cost,
Yes.
not necessarily number per se, though they are related. Fine. Going,
Yeah.
yeah, because at the end of the day, it's about cost.
Yes.
So I get you. Hence, I was saying that it can be done in such a way that without really sacrificing too much of the aesthetics, and whatever thing that will make your wedding to look and be exactly how you imagined it. You can just invite, or have an extension of 5 to 10 people from my side of the family who are not necessarily family, but but just like my mom's friend, like maybe a neighbor who's always been just there, and we've always attended each other's, things. And maybe there's someone, maybe unal tamaleleng, that I've been so close with, or hotman yanaleleng. He's a friend. I mean, basically, just the number of my family, the number of people in my family that I spoke about, aga kenya di friends. So are you saying kiska kenya di friends?
No, but I'm saying, knowing you, right? Having known you for so many years.
I don't have a lot of friends.
You don't have a lot of friends.
I know.
Right? You don't have a lot of friends. And the ones that you have, I've probably either met them or heard you speaking about them in a way it's you are fond of them. If there's a friend of yours you've never ever mentioned this friend,
I wouldn't do that.
T-shirts now also matter because
no, but I adjusted earlier on to say I would, even if I were to meet someone the day before or a month before, a week before the wedding, I wouldn't. There are people that I just wouldn't extend the invite because I know that the relationship we share is not that significant. But now I think bottom line, a wedding is not so much an intimate thing because it's a celebration of our union. The wedding is, and if you want to have something more intimate, I think hangata it's usually done kabo mahlabiso, where it's a celebration just among the families, and that's when the families are being united. But the wedding is more of a celebration. Go home, little bona, hore, indeed, these two people, these two families have decided hore ebe bakgotsi, what this is. And so I think the idea of really limiting the numbers so much that you don't even have room for your neighbor, room for just those people who are your family friends, it really kills the whole idea, the whole, thing about a wedding.
But to be honest,
it's un-African. It's
un-African,
honest, guys. It's un-African.
To be honest and to be fair, guys, weddings have always been exclusive celebrations. As much as it's a celebration, they've always been exclusive, and that is why we only the invitation cards. And
guys. Oh, do you think nakotsabo shaka honyalo hono to invitation card? No. Okay, fine.
They had
to my grandfather. Do you think when my grandfather got married, the invitation cards?
No, your grandfather has always been a pastor or
no, but I'm just saying time frame. Because you're saying,
but I'm saying
because you were not
weddings
that's always been.
Yes.
Nah,
okay.
Guys.
When your mom got married,
yes.
Also the invitation cards.
All over, Exactly. And that is why she printed Boma 300 or 400
because I said that each and every person or I can church high or I say you can't even. I feel like it's not even. It's crazy that there are people who just take an invitation. Okay, it's not crazy, guys. You are welcome to do what you want. Take an invitation card to the church to say anyone within the congregation who wants to come is welcome because invitation card no ways. Even there are people that who you have a relationship with these people. You come from a church. You are a church. What do you say? A church boy where you grew up in the church because no, right? But there are people that you've never spoken to. You've never had an exchange. Maybe youth leader, youth personally. They can come because of their position. Your family respects this person. So that you are paying for. Guys, let us be.
All I'm saying is that if that needs to be done, right? Because family, my mom maybe calls for it. Let there be a certain, like an allocated number. Or this is to say we can't go beyond this number. Even if it's just 5, it's okay. I think you've honored your family to say at the end of the day, yes, it's about the family, but at the same time, it's also about me. I'm the reason behind these two families, coming together.
Coming together, yes.
So because of that, Linda, please understand and respect my wishes. But at the same time, I will be considerate enough to say, I'll give you a table for your own honored guests.
Guys, let us know what you think. Honestly, help us down below to decide. You know my position. You obviously know his position.
Yes.
Well, what do you guys think? How do you view?
Guys, can I just reiterate? I understand costs, and I'm not saying spend a fortune.
You also understand aesthetics.
I also do understand aesthetics. I'm saying you can just make an extension. Spend that extra $5,000 maybe, if it's $5,000 to accommodate those people. I think it's a beautiful.
But let there be a nice, solid line to say we're not close, and that line should depend on us as a couple and our strength, and not on your uncle who has.
No, if the family listen, if we're busy, because obviously we have to give feedback, right? We are planning the wedding together with some family members, right? And we give feedback. Ratile this venue, ratile is a decor so. And these are the numbers that we're working with right now, right? And so they say, no, we'd like more people to come. We say, we can't afford it. If you guys can afford to have an extra table for them, they contribute as a family so that you can accommodate those people. I don't think there's anything wrong with that arrangement, because it now removes the burden from us, because anyway, they are insisting on having those people around. That's just know, I understand budget, but have that number, yo.
Let us know, guys, what you think. We are interested to hear your views. I'm sure you guys now understand why we can't reach a consensus. Okay.
And maybe I'll comment how Regatile will invite you. I'll invite you. I'll create the table for you.
Guys, kitale invite what do Microsoft Teams, whatever,
I think she's gonna do
whatever.
live.
Yeah, I'll go live. Everyone will see it.
Yeah. Guys, it's been good. I hope you guys you'll start to have this conversation and really see what's more important, you know. But at the end of the day, I still think you should not spend more than what you should just to have a celebration of your marriage, you know, trying to please family or everybody, you know. You should do it in a way that you consider your own pocket and your future with your wife and your family, if you already have a family like us. True. You know, so that you don't break your bank. That's it. Yeah, now guys, Nalolitimu cannot go hungry because I wanted everybody to be happy after the wedding. Now it's only the four of us. We are stuck with debt or whatever the case is. I'd rather have a small, intimate wedding where everyone who comes matters to us, and after that we are still happy as a family and we still have a meal. And if there's not a meal to eat that night, there's someone who was at the wedding that we can call and say, hi, can you please assist us? And that person cares about us and will be able to assist us. Then you know, they are nowhere to be found. So yeah, that's my view. And it's not people that you could even just pick up your phone and call. You don't even have their numbers. Yeah. No, I get you and understand it. I really am with you on that one. Yeah. Thank you guys. Don't take loans for having a wedding. That's my own thing. Bye. Anyway, bye-bye.